Ryan, you guys had some opportunities there to get some goals, and it just didn't work out. From your perspective, what was the kind of mistake, especially some of the ones with Jordan?
With Jordan?
Yeah, he had about 3.
Yeah, I mean, we created some chances there at the end. We put them under pressure, but I wish we would have done a little bit better job of putting them under a little bit more pressure early in the first half. Again, Paul Rothrock gets down the left-hand side early. Are we ready? Do we believe he's going to get behind? There's certain little things that, you just got to, on the road, you got to just make the most out of the few chances you're going to get. And so I think we could have done a better job. And then, of course, when they scored the goal, they automatically dropped back. And I thought that, Georgie came on and provided a spark. Raul came on, provided a spark. I think everybody just, we knew we had to score, but everybody's energy, the sharpness, everything just ratcheted up. And it's just unfortunate we couldn't put a goal in.
As far as the response after LAFC, that loss, how do you kind of?
Well, I think the guys put it in, Jada. Look, if there's one thing I would have done different, is maybe made 1 or 2 other changes. Like maybe instead of just Josh, Pedro, maybe I would have made 1 or 2 more, if I had to do it in hindsight. But, that group that's been playing for us has been resilient, and they've, earned the chance to get minutes. And then, subbing, like just right before they scored, we were ready to bring subs on. And, that's just, it wasn't our night. I mean, they got a deflected goal this game, and last game it was Christian.
When you say you might have made 1 or 2 changes, like were you thinking of starting Raul?
Yeah, just a couple extra, just a little bit more fresh legs.
Brian, what would have the fresh legs given you? More runs? Not trying to
just look, we can play with this team. I mean, the last time we played them down here, we had good possession moments, same like tonight. We had good possession moments. They're a good transition team. Their goal came in transition. We know how they play. I think we match up with them pretty well. And so for me, it was just a little bit of sharpness. Just that little bit of sharpness would have helped maybe in certain moments.
You had the run of play pretty much up to the 25-minute mark, 27, and Jordan gets that corner kick there. So defensively, it looked like you were minimizing and keeping him in the back.
I thought we played okay up until that goal defensively. Offensively, again, to Jada's point, I think we could have been a little bit sharper, but defensively, I thought we were okay.
The hesitation in the give and goes and that, is that a want or that's just familiarity?
You mean in our attacking
in your
phase?
Attack, because sometimes people get the ball, they'll look, and the person doesn't run, or the person's.
Well, okay, so you're talking about Pedro specifically. So I think Pedro has shown us that he's really, is he 30 to 45 minutes fit? I mean, he got kind of gassed, winded because that was a derby game. It was high intensity. He had some good moments. He had some good plays. He scored the goal. He was clearly offsides, but he was involved in the game. And so, that's just going to come with a little bit more familiarity, a few more minutes. We got to get him integrated more. But you could see some of his touches were, pretty good.
And you had all those young guys in there. You're talking about Leva, George in there. What can you talk about the energy that they gave?
Well, I wish I would have made some changes a little earlier as well. Danny came on, did a great job. Georgie did a great job when he came on. I could have maybe, made a couple subs earlier, but, at the end of the day, that's the way the game unfolded, and we got to push forward because it's not getting any easier.
Can you talk us through the defensive shape leading up to that Mosquera goal? It looked like when they switched the ball over, it was kind of left in no man's land.
No, Nuhu wasn't. But he's the best 1v1 defender in the league, and he should have stepped and he can't extend his left leg to block the shot. He knows better. He's got to force him outside. The play happened away up there because we lost the ball. Pedro was trying to dribble and get him behind. And then because we hadn't established good position in our possession, they were able to get out of our counter pressure. And you had Diego Chara, flip the ball over a guy's head, could have fouled him there. Nothing wrong with that. Stop the play. We talked about their number 10, Evander. Everybody needs to know. But as soon as Chara gets the ball, Josh, we're intent on pressing. He's left wide open. He transfers the ball and knew who's going to make that play 9 out of 10 times. It's just this was the 10th time and it cost us.
Matt, we'll throw you on.
Oh, what?
Steph, well, he's got 10 stitches in concussion protocol. He's a tough guy, but that was a pretty good tackle. And it was not, it was not malicious. I don't think it was malicious at all.
He was trying to shoot.
Yeah.
Should have one more question. Leo Chusman left out of the 18 2 games in a row now. Is it coach's decision or is there an injury there that we're missing? Or
He had a little bit of sore adductor
Okay.
in training last week, so that was the reason for that.
Thank you.
Matt, we'll throw you on Zoom.
Alrighty, media, if you'd like to ask a question, please use the hand raise function in Zoom. Jeremiah, we'll let you lead things off here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you've spoken about the offense a little bit, but it seemed like most of the chances you had either came from set pieces or from I mean, do you feel like there's enough going on systematically on offense to create more chances?
Well, I didn't hear half of your question, but I kind of get the gist of it. Again, to my earlier answer, maybe 1 or 2 more fresh legs. I'm giving Jordan, Albert, those guys a run out because they've been doing it all year long. Jeremiah, I think we're fine in that regard. I mean, some of our set pieces, in the first half when they left 2 guys high, I think we did a good job. We obviously scored the goal that was offsides. I don't think there's any system. I think you would probably know more than I, but I think we've scored more goals recently than certainly beginning of the year.
Owen Murray, go ahead.
Hey, Brian, I just wanted to ask about Georgie a little bit more. You said he was strong, but he was beating guys one-on-one. What did you see from his play and how valuable is that to the team?
Well, I think you saw what he brings. He's dynamic. He can get around guys. He's powerful. His first 3-4 yards, he can get around guys when it might look like, the defender's going to have the edge. He certainly needs to work on the final pass and the final decision. But the thing that I loved was some of the effort plays, like, balls were being tangled up and it's a derby match and he's fighting and he's inside the box and he's using his strength and power to try and make something happen. So I love the effort that the kid put into the game.
Thank you.
Felipe Makeda, go ahead.
Thank you. Coach Brian, how to keep the spirit up in the locker room after 3 consecutive key losses?
I don't know where the third consecutive key loss is, but, lost LFC and now Portland. That's only 2. But I get your point. How do you get them back up? Well, we've got 7 games left and it's life. And when there's adversity, you're going to have to just get back up and pick yourself up. And we've got a tough road trip in Columbus. And then we've got 3 home games. And then we've got a couple more road games. And we end with Portland at the end of the year. I mean, there's still everything to play for.